Hey, sports fans, Larry Eater here. It's Conversations with Larry. This is the review of day 2 of the 2025 Tokyo Outdoor Athletics Championships, held in Tokyo, Japan, September 13th through 21st. It is day 2. It's a Sunday. It is Saturday in the U.S. And we started out with the women's marathon. And what a marathon. It came down to a sprint, baby. After 42 kilometers, it came down to a 200-meter sprint. So, Tigist Asifa from Ethiopia. Many thought she was going to win, former world record holder. I consider her the world record holder at this time. Paris Jeptishir, London winner, half marathoner extraordinaire, Kenyan running icon. They got on the track together, and I thought Tigist still could win. And then Paris wanted it more than Tigist and won 224.43 to 224.45. This is the second time Tigist has won a silver medal. Last year she was in Paris with the silver. One wonders sometimes if she has the curse of being a world record holder and perhaps not someone who can race in these very, very close races, because the dynamism of a championship race and tactics are totally different from a world record, pretty much solo run in Berlin. In third place, huge surprise, first medal for Uruguay, Julia Paternane. She's from the University of Arkansas. The former Razorback moved through the crowd, and when she hit the finish, she thought she was in fifth place. She didn't even know she won the bronze. In fourth place, very, very close, 228.17, was Susanna Sullivan, who had led for most of the race. And she fought herself back up into the top 10 and then moved into fourth place. Alyssa Vainio in fifth place from Finland. I believe she's Marty Vainio's daughter, 228.32. And in sixth place, Shataye Asheti from Bahrain, 228.41. The first Japanese was Kana Kobayashi from Japan in 228.50. And then Jessica McLean in eighth place ran a brilliant race, 229.20. Finola McCormick from Ireland, a big European cross-country star, was in ninth place. And I'm trying to find the next American. Bear with me. I just saw her and didn't catch on that one. But yeah, the marathon, again, the humidity was just incredible. And it was very, very difficult day. Erica Kemp had a tough one. Erica is on a 222. Today in 52nd place, she was 250.35. She was a worn-out warrior. But that's the women's marathon on day 2 of the World Outdoor Athletics Championships. Hey, sports fans, this is part 2 of day 2 of the World Outdoor Athletics Championships, the evening session. And we're covering the finals. We cover all the rounds on RunBlogRun.com, and we on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. You can catch up there. So, women's long jump. The main protagonists, Tara Davis-Woodall, Malika Mahambo, Claire Bryant, our friend Hilary Pachka from France, competed very well. In the qualifying, we lost Larissa Iachino. Let's see, Ia Pacino, excuse me, and who was the European indoor champion, and Jasmine Sawyers, who came back from a horrific injury a couple years ago and got herself back in shape and had gone 6:75, which would be more than enough to qualify for the final. She just had a rough day. So in the final, now, my concerns about Tara Davis-Woodall. I love this woman. She's a brilliant jumper and an incredible sports entertainer, and she gets it. And she does very, very good interviews. Tara Davis-Woodall has had this season some challenges with fouls, like fouling the first two, putting a lot of pressure on herself, everybody freaking out, and then she just delivering on the third jump. Well, she kind of went a whole different way this time. On their first jump, she went 7:08. She did the Miklos Nemeth rule from 1976 in Montreal, where you just destroy everybody else and wait for them to come after you. That's what Miklos did in the javelin. His dad, Imre, had won in 1948 in the hammer throw. Miklos came back in 76 and won the javelin. He's pretty cool. And yes, you've heard of Nemeth javelins. That's Miklos. Good Hungarian. So Tara Davis-Woodall dropped to 7:13. She had the lead. Malaika Mihambo, the European and Olympic champion, she went out in 6:61 and developed a series where she got into 690 range, 692, 699. I think she had a 694 in there too. Tara Davis responded with 713. So it was Tara in gold, Malaika in silver, and Natalia Linares from Colombia in the bronze with a equal PB of 692. Next American was Claire Bryant in 668 in fifth. And then Kenesha Burks in eighth place in 680. It was a wonderful competition and one of Tara Davis-Woodall's very, very best. Now, the men's 10,000 may have been the stupidest 10,000 I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some stupid races. Now, what do I mean by stupid 10,000s? It's 25 laps of a chess match, okay? I've seen them go out pedestrianly slow the first 5,000 and run a near world record 5,000 at the end. I've seen them run in 2003, Kenenisa Bekele and Haile Gebrselassie tried to beat the crap out of each other. And Kenenisa used a last mile in 4:01 and 1:55 for the last 800 to just make Haile hurt and cry out for his mom. But Haile didn't. Haile is a stud, and it was a brilliant event, right? Well, this race was less than brilliant. The athletes that should have led, the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, and the Americans, let them go through the first mile in about 5:10. They hit the 5K in 15:30. How slow is that? Jane Hedegren, the incredible young woman star, has run 14:56 brilliantly. This was an unbrilliant, stinky, ugly race. And what happened was, with 2 laps to go, there were still 16 people in the fray. Anybody could have won. And this is where people screw up. The man who kept his wits about, well, first I thought Yomif Kejelcha would finally win a gold medal. This guy has world indoor records at the mile. He's had the world record at the half marathon. He is a brilliant, brilliant athlete. These guys started kicking and it got crazy. I thought Grant Fisher could be his race. Grant finished like 8th. Nico Young was the only American to really make a move. He finished 5th. Ishmael Kipkuri from Kenya was 4th, but it's Andreas Almgren from Sweden who's been outkicked by the very, very best. In 3rd in 28:56:02, Yomif Kejelcha was the silver medalist in 28:55:83. But it was our friend Jimmy Gressier from France, European cross-country champion, national record holder in the 5 and the 10 in France, who just won the 3,000 in Zurich at the Diamond League, and outkicked all these knuckleheads who took the gold in 28:55:77. He dropped a 54:11 last lap. It was stunning. But this is what happens when people all think they're kickers. Very few people are kickers, kids. And in a 10,000, you're running against milers. You're running against people who have a good finish. The reason why they did this and the reason why the race stunk like this was because of the conditions. 90 degrees, 100% humidity. These people were trying to survive. It wasn't about them just trying to be lazy, okay? So Nico Young was the first American in 5th in 28:56:62. Next American was Grant Fisher. I do not know what Grant was thinking. 28:57:85 seasonal best, but he ran one of the worst races I've ever seen him run. I think that very highly of him. Adrian Wheelshoot, 10th, Graham Blanks 11th and 29.0. Adrian's from South Africa. He trains with the Hokavos. Graham Blanks in 11th, 29.01, 27. But Berhu Awagari was 12th. What happened to him? It just was Oscar Chelimo, Ephraim Gide. All these guys could run a mile in 4 minutes. They waited till the last lap. It was satisfying the point that Jimmy did what he had to do and won, but it was weird in every other way. Then we had final events of the evening, or the 100 meters. So the women's 100, the drama of this race, you have Julian Alfred, the Olympic champion. You have Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, who is unbeatable this year. She's beat Julian at the Nike Prix. She's won everything this year, 11 races, I believe. You have Sharika Jackson on the comeback trail. You have Sha'Carri Richardson. Is Sha'Carri going to do well? You have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price in her very last 100-meter World Championship race. Marie-Josée Tallou-Smith from Cote d'Ivoire in one of her very last races, I believe, in she'll probably be around for a little longer. She hasn't announced her retirement. Dina Asher-Smith. It was an incredible final. The semis were really weird because Sha'Carri, just like Budapest, did not get through by being in the top two in the semifinals. She got through by the skin of her shorts with the last qualifying time, the second championship in a row. Now, as you recall, Sha'Carri's had injury issues this year. In each race she's run, she's done a little better, but I was concerned whether she'd be able to defend. She gave it all she could, but she ended up finishing fifth. Sharika Jackson was, and in her seasonal best, 10:94. Sharika Jackson was fourth in 10:88. The Olympic champion, Julian Alfred, took the bronze in 10:84. Tina Clayton, one of the Clayton twins from Jamaica, 10:76 a PB for the silver medal. But this race is all about Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. 10:61 championship record, her personal best, totally impressive. The press conference afterwards was really fun. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price was sixth in 11:03. Marie-Josée Tallou in 11:04, and Dina Asher-Smith in 11:08. It lived up to the hype. It lived up to the pressure. It was the crowd of 65,000 absolutely loved it. And a quick aside here, I think I've been saying that there's been over 80,000 people in the stands. I had heard that on the loudspeakers. It's actually, the place holds 65 with the way it's set up now. And they've been doing 58 to 59,000, excluding broadcasters and stuff like that. So it's a very, very good crowd. One of the best that I've seen. Now let's get to the last final of day two. And again, this one lived up to the hype. In the semifinals, we lost Marcel Jacobs, the 2021 Olympic champion. Marcel has been plagued by injuries. He ran a 10:20 in the first round, but he just could not get into the final. The final started out with the TQ, Letsili Tebogo from Botswana. And Letsili said he did not dispute it because he wanted everybody to be able to race, and he felt bad for imparting his issues in the race. Now, who do we have in here? We had Oblique Seville. We had Noah Lyles. We had Kenny Bednarek. We had Leotella, Gift Leotella from South Africa. We had Akani Simbini, who started off a great year. We had Letsili. We had Kesanola Ajayi from Nigeria, who has been running brilliantly. And we had Kishane Thompson. And what it came down to was Kishane Thompson got a great start. He was leading halfway. And about that time, Oblique Seville woke up. And Oblique started battling him and went by him. And on the other side, Noah Lyles, who has been injured early in the season, has had just a handful of races, started flying. And he looked really, really good, but it wasn't enough. Our friend Oblique Seville ran a 977 PB to give Jamaica its first win in, what is it, since 2015, I believe. I'll have to go back and double check. And silver medal was Kashane Thompson, 982. So the first time Jamaica has got two medals in a long, long time. And in third place, a very grateful Noah Lyles at 989. Fourth was Kenny Bednarik, 992. Fifth was Gift Leotella at 995. And sixth was Kana Sola Ajahi at 10 flat. At the presser, post-event presser, my friend Lance Brown, and the coach of Noah Lyles, I congratulated him, and he said, it's all about the athlete. But he said he had been very nervous, and it told you that Noah's camp was worried about him even medaling. So that performance was pretty damn good. The presser was great. Watch it on RunBlogRun on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We'll have it up on YouTube shortly. But also note that they were pretty subdued. There were some great answers to questions. But this is the end of day 2 of the World Outdoor Athletics Championships, 2025 Tokyo. And it's sponsored by our friends at Nike. Check them out at NikeRunning.com. I'm recommending the Pegasus Plus for high schoolers, the Vomero Plus for your long and easy days. It's a great cushion shoe. And check out the new Vomero Premium. Talk to you soon.